All right, friends, it's Timon, and I'm back with brand new video to react to. It's Greg Doucette. We're going to react to, he's bringing up his sister again. It's an update on her cancer, broski. I hate to see people suffering from cancer, but this is going to be brutal, this video, man. I'm going to have to be brutally honest, just like I am with my own sister who got cancer herself. I told you before, this is considered mental illness in the medical field. They consider disease a mental illness because no normal animal would eat something that would give them cancer. Do you understand me? They would never eat anything abnormal knowing that would make them sick. They would never eat something that would make them sick. Only humans keep eating things that make them sick and then complain about it. They go to the doctor and they say, "Doctor, can you cure my mental illness?" And he goes, "No, but I can deal with the symptoms." And they go, "Why can't you cure me?" Because the doctor will go like this. He turns around and talks to the nurse. He says, "Man, if I was to cure this person, well, guess what? Then I wouldn't have any customers anymore. See, if I was to cure your mental illness, I would have no more customer. You wouldn't be my customer." So I can't tell you the secret of what the cure is because you'd pass the secret down the line. And that's what's happening right now. That's why the so-called carnivore community is being attacked now. People are writing fake things and saying that, oh, the carnivore community, I'm vegan and the carnivore community paid me money to talk bad about carnivore and blah, 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 blah. And all these things that they're bringing out. Or now they're bringing out fake flags like, oh, everybody's quitting carnivore. Yeah, okay. Sure they are. Why? Here's the thing. Of course they would have to put out all this propaganda, right? Here's the thing. Is her cancer, can this cancer be cured? Of course it can. See what I mean? This is just a form of mental illness. And we'll talk about more of this.
Almost none of you are thinking, I need to go and ride a bike so that I can bang my future wife when I'm 80.
Why would I ride a bike? Bikes don't exist in nature. You know, Greg is like the dumbest person on the internet, but smart enough to rob dumbasses.
6. Like in the basement where I have the dumbbells, I have a collage picture of my wife and our dog.
Again, this is normal, right? So this is not considered mental illness. She has a wife. See, here's the thing. If you look in the change of wording that they do now, the change of wording is this. They used to consider this a form of mental illness, right? You know that? But now they don't. They consider that this has become the norm. They have how should I put it? They promote this. They say this is normal. But see, the things that are abnormal to you this is normal. It's normal to get cancer. It's normal to go and be with the opposite sex. It's normal to get sick and be in pain every day. It's normal to look unattractive and destroy your looks. It's okay. This is normal. But in fact, it's abnormal. See, it's only normal because the food is causing that. You understand me? So it's normal for that. Serious thing. The peasant slave food diet that you're eating, it's normal for these things to happen when you eat that. That's why they promote it as being normal. It is normal on the peasant slave food diet. But it's abnormal for a carnivore animal for these things to happen to a carnivore animal when they're eating their natural food as a carnivore animal, raw meat. This would never happen. The cancer or this person going with the opposite sex, that would never happen. None of these things. Her dimorphism, her not developing, all these things would not happen. They only equate that with being normal because it's only normal to that food that they're eating, their artificial diet.
Dogs and cats. If I'm like, oh, I'm too tired, I don't want to do it, and I look up and I see that, and I'm like...
Listen to her voice. This is normal? See, it's not normal in normal carnivore animals to have that voice or to have this look or whatever they're doing there. It's only normal when you're on the peasant slave food diet.
No, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Okay. It's going to do it.
Coach Greg, and I'm here with
Sister Christine.
As you can see, she has a face redder than last time.
I guess she hasn't seen any of Godis's videos. Okay, Severage.
You're undergoing radiation or chemo or...
Yeah, of course, right? They have to put you on chemo radiation therapy. It's not enough that your plants and the bananas are the highest in radiation. Here's the thing. You're eating these plants, they have these toxins, and they're giving it to her in the form of pills. They're made from the same plants. So she's getting a shot of chemotherapy. What are you getting when you eat those plants? The same thing, a shot of chemotherapy. And the radiation that you're eating in these plants give you a shot of chemotherapy. So what do they do to her? They're giving her the same thing. They're just literally feeding her the same thing. These plants, which have radiation in them, they have very high radiation from the ground. They're in the plants, and they have all these toxins, which they use as chemotherapy as well to poison the cells, to try to poison the cell to kill the cancer, which is ridiculous because she's still going to die. Regardless of what she does, this chemotherapy, within that period of time, she's going to die within a 2-3 year period of time. So all that she's going through is meaningless. It means nothing. People that know this, it's a known fact. It's meaningless. She's just going to die anyways. But it would be corroborated. Read science. It tells you that. Ask any doctor. They'll tell you the same thing. So it's just pointless. So here's the thing. Can it be cured? So are they trying to cure her using these poisons? You want to poison her so that they're going to try to cure her from this cancer. That's insane. Here's the thing. There is a cure if you act normal, but she doesn't want to act normal. She prefers to act abnormal and then go through these abnormal events. Like, I'm going to go through chemotherapy and poison myself and everything, man, to try to restore my body. It's not going to happen. You're poisoning yourself with more chemotherapy. It's just going to increase this cancer. You'll just be riddled with cancer and die.
How exactly for cancer, stage 4? It's been how many years? 2 years since the last update?
Oh, 2 years. 2 years since the last update. So she's on stage 4 now. Get it? Yeah. It'll come to the 3rd year, drop dead. Guarantee you within the 3rd year, she's dead. Rob Ford died, I think it was within the 3rd year or something. He was being treated. At that point, I saw him at the Dufferin Mall, or the mall down here somewhere in Toronto. His hair was like completely fell out. The mayor of Toronto, Rob Ford, he was known in America. He was on the news, everything for a long time there for a while. He was kind of popular. I don't know. He's dead. They killed him. Chemotherapy.
Yeah, probably 2 years since the last update.
And when was your last chemo?
Monday. Today's Thursday.
So instead of eating raw meat, right? Instead of eating raw meat, which will cure, which is the cure, this so-called cancer will go away, right? She prefers to do all these artificial things and die. You understand me how crazy this is? You see how abnormal that sounds mentally? That's mental illness. You have to be mental ill to want to poison yourself with chemotherapy, with radiation. I want to go take radiation, man, because I got cancer because I ate a peasant slave food diet, which is based on addiction, and I don't want to stop eating it. So I want to go take chemotherapy and continue in eating this food, which is causing the cancer, and go take chemotherapy. How insane do you have to be to keep doing that same behavior? Because they tell you in science, it's a behavior.
So 3 days ago.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you feel amazing and 1 feel like shit, like you're hungover from partying all night, what do you feel like right now?
3.
Do you...
Yeah, exactly. Why are you partying all night? And what is she doing there? Drinking alcohol, right? What's alcohol? Poison, more poison. Slave food diet. Can alcohol cause cancer? Of course it can. It's not natural for a carnivore to drink fucking poison, to drink alcohol.
Find it even possible to exercise while undergoing what you're doing?
It doesn't even exist in nature.
It's possible, and I do it, but it's difficult.
You want to work out too? Oh, you want to speed up the cancer by working out? Oh, okay, sure, yeah. Increase the oxidative stress and everything. Yeah, sure. Fucking cortisol hormones.
Sure.
Yeah, and spread that cancer all over your body. That's it. That's the idea.
On my good weeks, it's easy, but on my shitty weeks, like this week, it's awful.
If you never felt like this and you always had like a good week, would you like exercise all the time? Like, how would you do that?
Yeah, every day. Like, basically, if I'm not undergoing chemo, if I'm on a chemo break for a few months, then I can just work out every day, and it's not hard.
I just don't understand this. I warned my sister the same thing. I told her, man, do not take chemo. Just fucking eat meat. Oh, I cannot eat raw meat. Then I don't know what to fucking do for you, man. I guess you don't want to live. You don't want to live, okay? You don't want it bad enough. Oh, well, if I die, I die. Yeah, but when it does happen, you don't want to die. See, here's the thing. She could still eat like cooked stuff, okay? She could cook the stuff, but she'll have to eat a little less of it. Like eat cooked meat or whatever. But she still has to eat meat and just only meat and stay away from coffee and all these fucking toxic things that cause the cancer.
Because I actually enjoy it. But on chemo weeks,
Yeah, listen to what she says. I enjoy it. You'll enjoy dying too when you're on your deathbed and you're dying. Are you gonna enjoy that too?
so for example, this week you feel like garbage. So actually going and picking up a dumbbell is like torture.
So last night you did it.
So you feel like garbage, and picking up a dumbbell is like torture. So why the fuck would you pick up a dumbbell if you feel like shit and it's torture? Oh, because I want to die a lot faster than the last time. Oh, okay.
Exercise.
Yeah.
And what
That makes sense. Exercise causes cancer. It causes disease. It can cause disease and cancer. Chronic exercise will cause disease or cancer. It will deteriorate you as well because it's chronic. Chronic inflammation. It causes chronic inflammation.
did you do?
I did weights, so just dumbbells, just full body exercise, no cardio.
At home type
At
thing.
home, basement type deal. Doing it felt awful, felt like I was gonna throw up, like dizzy.
Yeah, it felt awful. I felt like throwing up, dizzy. But hey, I continued in this behavior because in science, they consider that a behavior, an abnormal behavior. When an animal eats something it's not supposed to, they consider that a behavior. It's an abnormal behavior. You people call it diet. In science, they call it behavior. It's abnormal. Yeah. It's abnormal for a carnivore animal to eat anything outside of its supposed diet.
Nauseous, of course. Afterwards, I felt tired, but I felt emotionally very good because
Yeah, I felt tired and all that, but who cares, right? I don't want to listen to my body, of course, right? I want to do what I want to do.
felt like an accomplishment, I guess.
Yeah,
Oh,
knowing you
accomplishment.
did it, despite how hard it was, it made yourself feel good about it after.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh, I did it. It was so hard. I feel like I accomplished something. What exactly did you accomplish? Oh, it felt like torture, but I accomplished torturing myself, but I made it through the torture. Okay, man.
I call people fat pieces of shit and lazy and like they just, I just can't understand how they wouldn't care about their bodies at all. You're a bit more caring or kind or more empathetic than I am. But what do you?
Lazy and stuff, to care about their body. Yeah, I care about my body. That's why I feed it raw meat. That's what it wants, and it looks amazing. Like the looks maxing community, they eat raw meat. That's how they transform. Yeah.
A little bit. But what do you? 500 pounds and
You know that French doctor that's online? He cured his cancer. That French doctor, he cured his cancer by eating meat. That's all he did. He ate meat and drank some water. That's it. Yeah.
they're just like eating shit food and they're not exercising and they don't do anything.
They're eating shit food and they're not exercising. Well, they shouldn't be eating shit food. They should be eating their food, which is natural food, and they shouldn't be exercising.
And like they don't care, and you know that they're probably gonna die 20 or 40 years younger. Like, do you feel anything about that? Or,
Why would they die 20 years younger? The exercise definitely would increase the death of them. But okay, yeah, the slave food definitely will increase that. I don't know. Will deteriorate them.
like, how do you handle that?
I can't say that I probably share the same views as you about that because my background is mental health nurse. So I'm basically like
Her
immediate.
background is a mental health nurse. Holy shit, man. This is incredible.
Go to wonder what is the reason this person is doing what they're doing. What's their history? What's their mindset? What's
Yeah, why are you doing what you're doing? Mental health nurse.
their level of confidence? What type of traumas may they have experienced? And
Level of confidence? Your confidence is what you look like. What do you mean level of confidence? Confidence in what? You're confident your doctor can cure you with poison? Okay.
their past, etc. So
Like, I'm assuming they have to have.
So you're not confident in that your natural food as a carnivore animal, raw animal diet, raw animal food will cure you from this problem, but you're confident that poisoning yourself by some crazy doctor, a human that doesn't know anything, is going to cure you by poisoning you. Not one person has ever been cured from cancer who's lived to tell about it within a period of time. They didn't live. They died. They died from this chemotherapy. They die within a short period of time.
Something wrong with them, both or either mentally and or physically. Because I don't think it's possible to just be like fat and lazy and just wanting to die, like without something causing that. Whether it's the ghrelin, like
Be fat, lazy, and die. Well, what's making you fat? Stop doing that, and you won't be fat, and then you won't die.
and they're really hungry, or like something was done to.
Why would you be really hungry if you got enough nutrients? Raw meat is not deficient in any nutrients, so why would you be hungry?
Them when they were kids, they don't know how to cope.
Yeah.
But would you not?
They were kids, they don't know how to cope. They were conditioned not to cope because they're placed on a diet that's artificial.
Not think that, like I keep saying, exercise is like the best pill in the world. Like if you give every single medicine in the world.
Why do you need to exercise? Don't you have a job? Your job is enough exercise, especially if it's physical.
If they could bottle up exercise and give it in a pill, it would be worth it.
Exercise just deteriorates you. It inflames your body. It causes inflammation, unnecessary inflammation, which equals deterioration. Yeah. Shorten your lifespan and increase your heartbeats, which will shorten your lifespan. Yeah, okay, yeah. Listen, let me go exercise. Okay.
$1 trillion, but the people won't take that pill because you need to do hard things. Like you had to lift weights for.
You have to do hard things. Humans are not meant to do hard things. That's why they recruited slaves. The slaves did the hard things for them because they didn't want to do hard things. That's the idea. Yeah.
Let's say 30 minutes, and it was.
And then they can live it up. While the slaves, deteriorate, they all live it up.
Hard, but that 30 minutes of hard exercise.
Yeah, the slaves, here's the thing. The elites have the slaves lift the weights for them. They go there and they tell them, go work out. And then the elites take their money. They call them the gym. They call it the gym. They make this place called the gym, the elites, right? They're businesses. They're set up for people to go there to further deteriorate you and steal your money. So you go there and you work your body, and they tell you you're building muscle mass, or you're building muscle, or some bullshit story they give you or something. Or they tell you to build muscle so you could be healthy. You need to be healthy to build muscle, which is absolutely a lie. You don't need muscle to be healthy. You need to eat healthy to be healthy. You don't need to build muscle mass to be healthy. That's just ridiculous. That's just stupid. If you're eating peasant slave food diet and you're trying to build mass to be healthy, it's just none of that makes sense, but whatever.
It's worth more than all the Prozacs and all the drugs, all the things they could ever give.
Yeah, listen to what he says. All the Prozacs and all the drugs. Yeah, because we're dealing with mentally ill people, so we have to put you on drugs, dude. Get it?
Agree with you within reason.
So how do you think how do we motivate people to do stuff? Like you did it, you were suffering, and you got through it yesterday. How can I make somebody who's like 300 pounds, how can I convince them to just exercise? How can I convince you're watching this video right now, maybe you didn't do your cardio today. Maybe you ate shit food. Maybe you're like, I hate Greg because he called me fat. How do we make that person, there's probably a few thousand that are that person's right now. Yeah. How can we convince them to make a change today, not even tomorrow?
So how do we convince people to make a change, to exercise, instead of changing their food, right? Instead of getting them to eat natural food, which they should have to originally begin with, how do we get them to exercise instead? To change, to put them through this ringer of difficulty to lose all this weight by starvation and exercise, instead of them losing all the weight on a natural diet, going back to something called homeostasis. See, if you're placed on your natural raw carnivore animal diet, well, guess what? Your body's going to return to homeostasis. You wouldn't have to gone through all of that. But Greg, he wants you to go through the hard way. He wants you to take the hard way. Instead of taking the detour, he wants you to take the long way. And so he says you got to exercise and go, fucking starve yourself on peasant slave food diet and everything, so you can destroy your health at the same time by doing this. So you'll destroy your health doing that. But if you eat your natural food as a carnivore animal, you won't destroy your health and you'll lose all this weight. I know, because I've done it myself and many other people have done it.
Care about their fitness and health.
Right. There's not like a easy.
You'll be fit and you'll be healthy if you eat your natural diet like every other animal in nature. They're all fit. They're all healthy and fit. No animal is unhealthy or unfit when they eat their natural food. Only humans are unfit and unnatural when they eat peasant slave food diets, like this lady and this guy.
answer. I
He's an unhealthy animal because he takes drugs, he injects drugs, steroids, and he eats peasant slave food diets.
can only speak my own experience and kind of what motivates me specifically.
Yeah, what's your experience? What motivates you?
Because sure, I just happen to enjoy working out. My little sister watched you growing up, so I did.
She enjoys working out. Nobody enjoys working. That's why elites are not working. They make you work, and nobody is happy about working. What are you talking about? The middle class are the working slaves. They don't like to work. What the fuck are you talking about?
It and it was fun and I was good at it. So that was easy. But then when I got sick, cancer comes up and everything changes. So all of a sudden I'm unwell, I'm in a hospital, I'm in a hospital bed, I have surgery, I have complications after the surgery, all this stuff. I lose all my muscle mass basically. Go into hospital, not jacked, but
Pretty good.
Pretty decent. And I came out practically emaciated and could barely stand.
She lost all her muscle mass? What muscle mass? What muscle mass did you lose? I lost all my muscle mass. Then you'd be like a concentration camp person. You don't look like a person from concentration camp, do you?
Up straight. So
Talking about-
that happened to me. But if I didn't have the muscle to begin with, and if I didn't have the health to begin with, I don't know that I would have survived, basically. Not to be
What
dramatic,
health?
but
Absolutely.
that
What health? You're an unhealthy person. You're in an unhealthy relationship. You're eating unhealthy food, and you're taking chemotherapy, which is unhealthy. You're taking drugs, chemotherapy, radiation. It's unhealthy. What are you talking about?
surgery and the complications after,
You're
etc.
lifting weights in a gym. That's unhealthy, especially for a sick person like you.
Without that kind of reserve of
Oh,
muscle.
I forgot. She's a mental health nurse. Oh, okay. But she's suffering from mental illness.
And health. I don't know that I would have come out on the other end.
I love when these people, they throw around this word health. And it's health and health. Nothing she's doing is healthy, but it's health. Okay.
So having gone through that, you can't forget that that's the case. So when I'm sitting on the couch thinking, oh, I'm so sick, I don't want to go downstairs and I don't want to work out, I don't feel good. I'm like, oh, just do a little bit. I have to do it because what if I get sick again? What?
So I have to do it again, even though I don't want to do it because it's punishment. I'm sick. But what if I get sick again? So I better do it now because I may get sick again. So I have to work out because I may get sick again. Listen, when you're on your deathbed and you're dying, you're not going to think about the workout. You're going to be thinking about all the things that you want to do that you haven't done or you could do. You're not going to be thinking about working out. What the fuck's she talking about?
Yeah.
What if I need another surgery? Last year I needed another surgery and the same thing happened all over again. So I feel like the muscle and the health is kind of what.
And why does she need another surgery? I thought she's taking chemotherapy. Isn't that the thing? Here's the thing. Why hasn't science found the cure for cancer? I just told you there is no cure for cancer. I'm talking about in the artificial world. There's no cure. Listen, chemotherapy is not a cure. Anything she's doing, the doctor's giving her, that's not curing her. Because she just said she's in fourth stage of cancer. So here's the question. Is there a cure for cancer? There is, but not the kind of cure that she's thinking of in a doctor's office or in drugs or chemotherapy or poisoning yourself, doing these things artificially. If there is a cure, it's called natural. If you do something natural, the cancer will be cured. It'll go away. It's there because she's the cause of it. Her mental illness is the cause of her cancer because she can't stop poisoning herself on the peasant slave food diet, which is causing the cancer. And she's continuously eating it because she just said, I'm eating healthy. She's eating healthy. She's eating these plants. Yeah, you get it? She's eating these toxic foods, which cause cancer. And then she's like, but I'm taking chemotherapy. So how can one combat the other? This doesn't make any sense. One would have to end for it to work. And none of it is going to work because all of it in the end will just... It will end in death. It's just crazy.
Saved my life in a way.
I think the biggest problem is that we're blessed with health. Like fitness, when you're young, like when you're 20, you're probably teenagers, 20-year-olds watching this. Even if they're fat, they're still kind of fit.
They're blessed with health. None of them are healthy. None of them grew up on a healthy, natural diet. Nobody has. Not even me. Nobody. Everybody's on an artificial, unhealthy diet. That's why we're all suffering from mental illness. We're all mentally ill. And we're getting more mentally ill. Look at your government. Look at everybody. They're just getting nuts.
Compared to like being 80 and fat, like when you're 20 years old and you're fat, and you don't do any cardio and you smoke and you just do drugs all the time, you're still pretty good.
Yeah.
Abusing.
Oh, so when you smoke and do drugs and do all these weird things, you're still pretty good. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Dear, it's all is good. Your heart is
Yeah.
strong. It doesn't matter how much shit you do. But then, if you abuse the drugs, or you,
really? Oh, really? Oh, okay. But if you abuse the drugs, like Greg, right?
eat the food, you smoke the cigarettes, you don't exercise, and when you get older, you
And
gradually
you don't exercise. He makes it sound like smoking and drinking and eating peasant slave food diet that doing exercise will cure you, is the cure for all this. The cure for her cancer is you got to do exercise. The cure for you eating peasant slave food diet, partaking in smoking and drinking alcohol is doing exercise is going to cure you. This is insane on the highest level. That's why they call it mental illness.
lose this fitness, and then all of a sudden it's too late. And then you're like,
Lose this fitness. The question is this: what is making you lose your fitness? Well, it isn't the weights, because that can't make you lose your fitness. See, not lifting, not doing exercise is not making you lose your fitness, because isn't exercise making you fit? Right? Isn't that what Greg says? So what's causing you losing your fitness? The peasant slave food diet, the cigarettes, and the alcohol. Duh.
I fell and I broke my hip, and then the problems happened. But
Okay, so if you fell and broke your hip, what would cause you to break your hip? Why are your bones so frail that they would break? Because the peasant slave food diet. Get it?
we're all so young that the problems don't happen until we're older. And by the time you're older,
We're all so young, but the problems doesn't happen till you're older. No, the problems don't happen until eventually you deteriorate from the peasant slave food diet, cigarettes, and alcohol and drugs that you're taking, Greg.
you haven't exercised your whole life, and you don't like exercise, you don't like bike rides.
Steroids deteriorate you because they're high in toxicity. That toxicity deteriorates you.
Riding or weightlifting or walking or doing anything. And so I think the secret is to getting people to like shit.
So, how much?
That's
Yeah.
really it. Like, they have to, like, if you like it, like, I like riding my bike as much as most of you like going out to
He likes it because he's on drugs. He's all drugged up. Why would anybody, why would any normal human want to ride any bikes anywhere, especially in their living room, going nowhere? Let me go ride my bike so I can go nowhere.
eat or going to the movies. And so when I said, hey, I bike ride
Eating and going to the movies? What does that have to do with bike riding?
7 days a week, it would be equivalent to you guys say, oh, I go out to eat 7 days a week. I hang out with my friends 7 days
What? That would be the equivalent? No, it's not.
a week. I read my favorite book 7 days a week. Would that be hard? Like, it's not hard because I love it. So how do you convince other people to try out stuff without them having to actually feel like they have to be fit? Because they don't think they need to be fit until
It's easy. You don't have to. Humans should do what they feel like doing, but you want to you want to make this crazy ideas that people have to do all these things. I'm trying to explain to people, you don't have to do anything. Do what you want to do, not what other people want you to do. You'll never be happy. You think you are deep down doing all these artificial things, but in the end of the day, you're never going to be happy because it wasn't based on something you wanted to do. You either saw something, you were coaxed into doing it, or some bullshit. But in the end of the day, you'll discover that what you're doing will amount to a hill of beans, nothing. You're just wasting your time. And you'll cry in the end when years pass by and you realize that you've lost so much time to something that is fake, that is just not worth it. And you could have been putting your attention or your time into something else that was much more meaningful for you to make your life better, but you haven't, and you lost that time, and it's gone now. Because the one thing that you lose and you can never get back is time. You could lose everything in your life and you most likely could get it back. But the one thing that you can lose and never get back is time.
it's too late.
Yeah, it's so true, and it's hard. You're blessed and fortunate if you happen to like a form of exercise. Like, I think it's not everyone. Some people hate it.
It's like-
Some people it makes them sick while they're.
It does make them sick. Here's the thing. You could give up like her. She's given up. You know what I mean? Oh, let me just go spend the rest of my days on the beach before I die. I'll go through this chemotherapy and all that. In the end of the day, she's just going to die. Because everything she's doing is to die. It's not to live. It's to die. So she's given up. So might as well just go to the beach and give up, and that's it. But then there are people that don't want to give up. They don't want to go to the beach and die like her. Get it? It's not like I want to die. You can live a normal life if all you did was go back to nature. If you go back to nature, you'll live. but she refuses. She refuses to go back to nature, and she refuses to comply with the laws of nature. She wants to violate the laws of nature again and again and again, and this is a recipe for death. That's all.
Doing it,
Yeah.
it's awful, but you need to have kind of a reason to do it to get you to do it. Like for me, I want to live. That's my reason for doing it. I want to.
So that's her reason for doing it, because she wants to live. So her reason to exercise herself to death and take poison and do all these bad things is because she wants to live? That doesn't make any sense. The only thing that could make you live is you going back to nature.
Be able to function. I want to, when I do chemo, I don't want to be incapacitated on a couch for 2 weeks straight because I can't move because I'm so
Why?
unhealthy. I want to be able.
Why are you so unhealthy after chemo and all this and you're decapacitated on the couch? Isn't it supposed to cure you? Isn't that the process?
Able to go out, walk my dogs, go to the beach.
Why are you taking chemo? Do you even fucking know? Have you ever questioned them what this does or why you're taking it? Will it cure you? No, of course not. This is dumb to believe that.
In the summer, go kayaking and do all this normal life stuff that I enjoy, but I couldn't do any of that if I had no fitness, no level of fitness. So I need that
You
motivation.
couldn't do any of this if you had a level of fitness. What are you talking about? You're fit when all animals are fit when they're on their natural food. They're all unfit when they eat food that isn't considered their food. They're unfit, yeah.
Needs to come from somewhere, not just like vanity, which is
Now, in the
What are you talking about?
opposite of this, we have body positivity, which would say, yeah, but you should just love your body. What's with Greg saying you're fat and like putting you down and like shaming a little bit and saying all the negatives? Like, shouldn't you just be encouraging everyone to just love yourself? And like, you don't need to exercise. Everyone is valid. Everyone is worthy. You don't have to exercise. If you're 400 pounds, that's more.
Yeah, you don't have to exercise. Why are you 400 pounds? No animal, no normal human should be 400 pounds. Unless, of course, they're 7 feet, 8 feet tall. I don't know.
More love to give, more love to more cushion for pushing, whatever you want
What love? This isn't love. This is destruction.
to say.
Yeah.
Like, what about that? What about body positivity? Do you agree with this whole body positivity movement?
I agree with it to an extent,
Body positivity movement. This is very interesting. Okay.
I guess.
Where does the extent stop?
The extent stops when health stops. I guess. So like,
As soon as it
So when health stops, so what's health? Food. Food is equated with health. What you eat makes you healthy. If you eat unhealthy food, you'll be what? Unhealthy. If you eat healthy food, what will you be? Healthy. Duh.
takes a toll on your
yeah.
health.
So like, I honestly don't think
Wait, it takes a toll on your health? How can it take a toll on your health? What is it taking a toll on?
I would maybe go as far as to say be alive had I had
Okay.
no level of fitness. Had I been, say, 400 pounds and no muscle mass and
Okay.
like all my blood work garbage, walking around.
Whatever.
I'm Stovak. I am a
And then you get hit with a diagnosis of some sort, whether it be cancer or heart disease or whatever thing. Like, I don't agree with body positivity if it means you're gonna die. Basically, I don't.
Yeah. What's body positivity if you're going to die? She knows instinctually what she's doing. She knows that it doesn't work, but she doesn't want to investigate and put in the effort to figure out what will actually cure her. Here's the thing. If you're relying on these doctors to cure you, you have to be mentally unstable, insane to think that they're going to cure you or fix you. They don't give a shit about you. She works in the medical field. She says, I'm a mental health nurse. Then she must know that they don't give a shit about you. See what I mean? They don't care. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so I'm supposed to say, love your body, you're beautiful no matter what, even though you can't fit in an MRI machine, and if you actually get sick, you're gonna die. Like, your blood pressure's already through the roof, and if you get any other problem, that's it. Like, you're done.
But it's a touchy subject because it's so different for different people. Somebody might enjoy to love that exact body and be dead at 40, and they happily lived 40 years. Or is it better for them to feel healthy and exercise every day and hate every minute of it and live to be 60 but hate their life? I don't know.
So,
Yeah, exactly. Exercise and hate your life because you hate doing that. Live to 40 or whatever, or 60. What's 40 and 60? You're not going to live to 40 or 60 because you got this cancer. You understand me? You're terminal because you want to violate the laws of nature. You don't want to go back to nature.
Debatable.
talking about that, I think it's different. So I'm 15, you're 42? 42, yeah. So we're not young. Like, not young relative to, like, most of my viewers. And when you're young...
What does that mean, young? What's young exactly? You could be, what if you're 300 years old? Are you still young? Are you considered young? Like, does this make any sense? Let's say I look like Chulo Yang, that guy from what's it? The guy, Singaporean guy that looks 22 years old at 60, right now. He looks at 60, he looks like he's 22, 24 years old. So let's say he's now, I don't know, let's say he's 100 or something, and he still looks the same. Doesn't make any sense. What is this old stuff? He says he doesn't feel old. He definitely doesn't look old, and he doesn't feel old at all. He performs well and looks really good. Why? Because he hasn't violated the laws of nature, like you people. And then you're all jealous. How come he hasn't deteriorated like the rest of us? Because he grew up on natural food. You grew up on peasant slave food diet. It's kind of obvious. Hello, you can't look good. Body positivity. You can't have body positivity on a peasant slave food diet. You can only have body positivity on something natural that will create you naturally. But if you're created garbagely on garbage food, what'd you expect?
Like 18, 19, 20. All you care about is having fun, partying, drinking. Not everyone, but a lot of people. And you don't really
And
see
then
your
he says not everybody, just some people like that style. Okay, give me a break, man.
future. And you're probably thinking, man, if
Yeah,
I
I like deteriorating myself and destroying myself and everything. Yeah, destroy my body and everything. Yeah, okay, whatever.
to be 50, it's good, like whatever, like who cares? As you get older, you might regret some of those things. So I'm telling you as an older person who was younger, when you're younger, you feel invincible, but you're not invincible. And eventually, all that health that you have, if you don't continue
The
to
only thing I regret is that I didn't know the things that I know now. As you know, as time went by, the things that I know now, I wish I knew them when I was a lot younger, because I could have applied them a lot earlier. That's about the only thing.
work on it, you are going to lose it. It's not a matter of like if, it's when. Like when will you do it? As much cardio as I'm doing right now.
You're not going to lose it. If you think you're going to lose something, then you will, because you're the cause of it. You caused to lose it. If you keep continuing in that behavior, then you're causing the loss of it. Now, if you stop that behavior, then you'll stop the loss of that. Yeah.
I doubt at 97, if I make it that long, that I'm going to be like Coach Greg sprinting on a bike. At some point, you can't do it. But what we're trying to do is lengthen that as much as possible.
What do you mean at some point you can't do it? You possibly could do it, but if you keep doing it, then you won't be able to do it anymore, because it will have deteriorated you, because it became chronic. You're crazy.
And so at 20, you feel great. You don't give a shit. You're partying, you're drinking, you don't give a shit. It's like, who cares? I'm going to eat as many chips as I want. You don't care. But like at 50, maybe by then the
Yeah,
cholesterol.
think about it. Why aren't you partying and drinking and doing all these things anymore? At a certain point, you stop doing that. Why does it stop? Why do you stop doing it? Why don't you keep doing it? Because your instincts tell you if you keep continuing in that behavior, it'll completely destroy you.
Cholesterol's too high, you're obese, you got type 2 diabetes. Now you're thinking, I'm going to lose my eyesight because of this.
What's giving you diabetes? What's giving you obesity? That's a mental illness. No animal in nature is obese or has fucking diabetes.
It's not just dying, it's living with like, you're a nurse, like older people when they're in the hospital,
Yeah.
do they even wipe their own ass?
Some don't. And that used to be one.
Oh, do they even? She's a nurse, and he's like asking her, do people wipe their own ass? Oh man, this is crazy.
One of my motivators pre-cancer, like even in my 20s, working out, I was like, I don't want to be, because I worked in nursing homes and stuff when I was younger, I didn't want to need assistance to get up off of the toilet. It's like, I want to be able to stand up from the toilet by myself as long as possible.
Well, if you want
So I need
that,
quads.
Well, if you want that, then stop violating the laws of nature, and you'll be able to.
Okay, so I'll do squats. Like, it was just wanting to be independent and live more happily for as long as possible.
No, you don't want that, because you want to continue violating the laws of nature. Because if you wanted that, then you wouldn't do it.
There's no way that the people watch.
Here's the thing: if you don't want cancer, then you won't violate the laws of nature, and you'll eat what is natural for you as a carnivore animal. But she says I don't want cancer, that's not true, because if she didn't, she would eat a natural diet, and she doesn't want that, so she's lying. None of this makes sense.
I bet not, maybe not, maybe a few. Almost none of you are thinking, I need to go and ride a bike so that I can bang my future wife when I'm 86. But think of it, to have sexy time.
That doesn't make any sense at all. I need to ride a bike so I can bang my wife at 86 or something. What? That doesn't make any sense. How is riding a bike going to enable you to bang your wife at 86? You'll bang your wife at 86 if you don't violate the laws of nature. But if you violate them, then I don't think you'll be banging anybody.
You need to have a certain amount of VO2 max. You need to be able to exercise at a certain level. Like when you do this, your breathing rate goes up.
But why do you need VO2 max? What magic powers does it have to overcome a bad diet, a peasant slave food diet, and disease, which is the cause of all of this, the peasant slave food diet? You're living an unnatural life is causing this. So why would you make it more unnatural by exercising yourself, causing inflammation?
You get tired. It's not easy, and I'm not talking about acrobatics. I'm just
You
not.
get tired and it's not easy. Yeah, because it's not natural for humans to do that. Carnivore animals eat meat and they sleep all day. They relax, sleep, take it easy. They live in nature. They don't work. Work doesn't exist in nature, Greg. Exercise doesn't exist in nature, Greg. These are unnatural things you're doing to your body. They don't exist in nature. Your body doesn't like them. That's why. That's why you're tired. That's why you feel pain. That's why you don't listen to your instincts. Get it?
The basics, missionary. You're like,
Look at
it's not
She's
easy.
laughing at you, listening to all your bullshit.
And so if you lose all this muscle, you won't be able to do it. Like, think of it.
If you lose all these muscles, you don't lose muscles. They're postmitotic. You don't grow muscles or lose them. What are you talking about? Muscle mass can shrink and get bigger, can hypertrophy or atrophy. Get it? But you do not lose myofibers. What are you talking about?
probably like it right now. Do you want to lose that in 20, 30, 40 years? Is it not worth it? No, but that's so far down the line. But if you don't work on it now,
Yep.
you're going to lose it eventually.
Yeah, there's so many different things. Sexy time, getting off toilets.
Wiping your own ass,
Wiping your own
getting up
ass.
off of a toilet, making your own bed,
Yeah.
living on your own.
Or like if you fall down, being able to get up from the
Just the
ground.
basics of getting up. Now, getting back to stage 4 cancer here. What is the...
Listen, you get mitochondrial dysfunction. If you eat peasant slave food diet, your glycation equals deterioration. You're eating you're suffering from glycation, like all that fucking sugar stuff that you're eating, carbs and sugar and everything all day. What did you expect? What do you think is fueling the cancer? Hell, what do you think's causing this cancer? I wonder what is fueling it and causing it. Yeah.
expected,
Well, it couldn't be my diet, could it? Diet? Oh, is diet fake? Oh, couldn't be my diet, could it? Gee, I wonder, my lifestyle, what I'm living, what I'm doing? Yeah.
life expectancy once you get diagnosed with that.
They say, initially they like 5 years. I'm on year 4 right now.
So they say you'd probably have 5 years to live is like kind of a guesstimate that...
Yeah. See, they give her 5 years to live. She says, I'm on 4. I don't know if she's on 4. I thought it was 2 already because it's been 2 years since the last video, right? So it's been 2 years since the cancer thing. She says 4 now. I don't know. But her doctor's telling her you may live to 5. So what's the point of doing the chemotherapy if you're going to live 5 years? See, everything she's doing is not going to cure her cancer. What's going to cure it is if she stops violating the laws of nature and eat her natural food as a carnivore animal. But she refuses to do that. See what I mean? And if you refuse to do that, then you suffer the consequences. Nature will punish you with what? With death. It's really simple.
They would say.
Yeah.
And you're...
The strong survive and the weak die. And she's weak because she's weak for this life, this artificial fake life. She likes it. She enjoys this, revels in it.
At year 4.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people probably want to know, well, how do you stay motivated? And also, once you're at year 4, do they say, oh, you're probably going to beat 5 years?
How does she stay motivated?
Like, how do they talk? Do they even talk about that?
They don't talk much about life expectancy.
How you're doing?
It's more like how you're doing in the moment.
Yeah.
And it's all based on stats, and I just decided I'm an outlier anyway, so to me it doesn't matter.
Yeah, like science and studies is half the time.
Yeah, of course. It's just in the moment, yes.
It's bullshit. It's
Yeah.
based on, like, I keep saying in my own studies, it's like they take a bunch of soccer moms and they
His
do
own study?
an 8-week study and they see, like, how many of the people that get cancer are as young and as fit as you. And so if you're getting it at 64,
How many people get cancer to physio? What? 64, okay.
versus at 44 or
Yeah.
34, like, it's obviously going to be a lot different.
Cancer doesn't exist. When you look out in nature, you don't see any of these things. You don't see these people walking. You don't see animals walking with walkers or getting their limbs cut off or suffering from like diabetes or cancer or any of these weird fucking diseases. They have good dimorphism. They're all beautiful, man. Like they just look amazing when they eat their natural food. And the majority of these animals, all of them are eating natural food. But now what happens when you domesticate animals and you start feeding them unnatural food? They get disease. That's why they have to be inoculated and everything, like humans. Why do humans have to be inoculated with anything? Why? What's the matter with humans? Because they're on peasant slave food diet. They have to inoculate you so that you don't get some weird cockamamie disease from eating this peasant slave food diet because it could become airborne or something. Who the fuck knows? I don't know, man. It's crazy.
Sure. So to me it's practically irrelevant. It's like scary if you go and think of
Yeah, it's practically irrelevant. Ignorance is bliss, man. Why the fuck should I give a shit about investigating what I should be doing and everything? Because ignorance is bliss. Who cares? Oh, they said 5 years. I don't want to live though, but I want to live though. But I want this, I want that. Do you really want that? Do you? Do you want to live? Do you?
about it, but then when you're like, no, it's just stats, it doesn't matter.
Now, you probably researched as being a nurse. There's certain cancers that you can get from, like, drinking alcohol, different drugs and stuff. Like, if somebody was watching this and they knew that
You can get certain cancers from drinking alcohol, doing cigarettes, this, that. Well, yeah.
maybe they don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
They admit that they don't know. Oh, they admit that they don't know. You don't know?
alcohol is a class 1 carcinogen, and it's been
Well, there you go. So alcohol is a class 1 carcinogen. What do you think it does?
shown to cause cancer.
So it's shown to cause cancer, but people still drink it, right? So let's get this straight. So Greg knows that drinking alcohol is a carcinogenic, one cancer, whatever, It causes cancer because it's carcinogen. So it causes cancer, but yet they're all continuing in this behavior. So you want to get cancer, so you want to drink alcohol and get cancer. And so that's possibly what gave you the cancer, the alcohol partying. And so you want to continue in that behavior or what?
Smoking can cause cancer.
So smoking can cause cancer. I don't know that for sure. Here's the thing. I don't know if smoking can cause cancer. Can it? Here's the question. Can it cause cancer? It's unnatural for any animal to smoke, right? Can it cause cancer?
If you're watching this and you're smoking and or drinking alcohol,
Yeah,
I
sure.
don't want to be the party pooper, but somebody's got to say it. You're increasing the chances that you're going to get cancer. You might be thinking, yeah, but I want to have
No, really? So think about it. If you're eating a peasant slave food diet, what's the chances of you getting cancer from that? A toxic, fucking nasty, fucking diet, like your cookbook, that nasty fucking food in there, that fucking estrogenic book.
and I want the party life and all that, and if I die, I die. You don't just die like if you woke
I
up
want to do a party life, and if I die, I die. I guess they want to burn out fat. They want to. I guess they want to burn out and fade away.
in your sleep, if you didn't wake up after you sleep, I would say it's probably not that big a deal. Like, let's say I woke up tomorrow and I didn't.
Yeah,
I'm dead. Well,
no.
I lived till I'm 50 and I had a great
What
life.
if I woke up tomorrow and I didn't? Greg said, I don't know. Then Greg wouldn't be here no more. There would be no more Greg. I guess there'd be no more videos to watch.
And I feel awesome. And so if I die magically without knowing, I didn't know I died, so does it really matter?
But I love this. What if I died magically? I died, but I didn't know I died. Well, you're not going to know you died because you'll be dead. That's why I get it. Maybe you're dead already, and this is just a dream. Maybe you're dreaming. Maybe we're all dreaming, and we're all dead already. Fuck knows.
If I woke up tomorrow and I found out that I got cancer because I drank like a fish in university, I'd be like, well, that sucks. And so
But why would you get cancer now after you drank it in university like a fish? Why would you get it now? I don't know, 100 years later.
we didn't even know these things. We
You
didn't
stopped doing it, didn't you? What would cause that?
know alcohol was bad. They would say, oh, alcohol's good. It's good for your heart.
The cancer is happening in the moment. You got cancer now because whatever you're doing now is giving you cancer. Whatever she's doing now is giving her cancer, and it's continuously. She's continuing in that behavior. She hasn't really stopped. You understand me, people? She hasn't stopped doing what is giving her the cancer. Now, she's going for these so-called therapies to deal with the symptoms of the cancer. See what I mean? The chemotherapy, whatever else they're doing there. I don't know. Exercise, whatever. I don't know why she's doing that either, but whatever. The point is, so she's dealing with the symptoms. Have they cured the cancer? No. She just said, oh, I may live to 5 years. And she makes it like it's a joke. She doesn't have to die. See, this is stupid. She doesn't have to die. But does the administration, the health administration, do they really give a shit about her? No, they don't care about you. They don't care about you. They care about making money because it's a business. Health is this so-called health thing or whatever you want to call it. It's a business. They put a label on it. Health doesn't mean anything about health. There's no health. There's nothing there about health. What is health? What you consume. Every animal in nature is healthy as long as they consume and don't break the laws of nature. What makes you unhealthy? When you break the laws of nature.
There is such bullshit. Or cigarette smoking, they used to say that was good for you. Think of this. And so if you're using these things, realize...
Yeah, why did they say that cigarettes used to be good for you? Why would they tell you that? Because they're in the business of what? Making money. They're not interested in your health.
what you're doing. And so ask yourself,
It
like,
must be healthy, right? I think it's healthy, isn't it? Hey, why do they have McDonald's at the side of the place? Because it must be healthy, right? I mean, it's fast food. It's healthy, right? It's food, right? It must be healthy. Oh no, it's unhealthy. Okay, if it's so unhealthy, why do they keep selling it then? If that food is so unhealthy, why do people keep eating it? You ask yourself this question. If McDonald's and all these fast foods are so unhealthy, and these seed oils and these greasy chickens and seed oils and everything, why do people continue eating it? And they know that it could give them cancer eventually down the line or some disease or be fucked up because they're mentally ill. You have to be mentally ill to continue in that behavior, to do that to yourself. That's why when you go to the hospital, these doctors, and you start complaining, oh, I'm diseased and I have this and that, and they diagnose it, yeah, disease and all that, and you keep complaining and crying and screaming and everything, whatever, doing all these weird things, antics. They treat you like a mental patient. Mental. That's why they call it mental health. Get it?
Is it worth it? And so you might be thinking, like, I don't care if I live, I can just die. Or
you could just die. Or you could do what? Not die and do what? Not break the laws of nature and eat what you're supposed to.
or you can get cancer, and then you can have 10 years with a reduced quality of life. Like, you've seen people with cancer, they're in the hospital.
Oh, okay. So you don't want to eat natural food and then not get rid of the cancer. You want to stay there and get cancer and die. Okay, 10 years.
They can't take care of themselves. It's not easy.
Yeah, they have to go to the hospital. Do animals go to hospitals? They go to dentists and shit too, Greg? Gee, I wonder, what do they do in nature?
So if you do get the misfortune of having something happen bad with your health or whatever it could be, it could be cancer, it could be a car accident, it could be any kind of thing. You might have not survived it if you hadn't done the fitness type of things.
Yeah, because it brings your body, like my blood works.
Oh, you wouldn't survive doing any of these things. Yeah, okay, yeah. Car accident, yeah, whatever.
Was really good. And like the stupid little things you wouldn't think of, like I'm not allowed to go on chemo if my blood work is poor. There's certain levels that they check.
So if your blood work isn't good, you're not allowed to go on chemo. Whoa, you're not allowed to go on chemo. Well, good, then don't go on it. You shouldn't. That's a good thing. Don't go on there. I would go on it. It's gonna give you more cancer.
And if you're under whatever.
What do you think radiation does to humans? What do you think it does? They already tell you what radiation does. They're scared of radiation, man. People even that work in these radioactive places, they're scared of radiation, bro. You think they don't know what it does? Yeah. Your apartment is radiated. Your places where you go, these buildings, your fucking home and shit, it's all irradiated. They're dangerous.
I don't even know this.
Right.
But you do blood work
Food is irradiated.
2 days before you get your chemo. If your blood works shit, you can't do your chemo.
Right, and
You can't do your chemo. That's okay. I have a solution for you. Just eat a lot of bananas. They're the highest in radiation. So you'll get back this chemo. Just consume about 6 or 7 or 8 of them a day.
chemo is what's saving you.
Yeah.
If you couldn't do chemo, you would.
Oh, it's what's saving. The chemo is what's saving her. So being in nature won't save her eating natural food, but what will save her is chemo, something artificial, poison. Okay.
be gone very quickly. And so if your blood work
It'll be gone very quickly. Oh, sure. Yeah, sure it will. It's cured everybody. Yeah, sure it has. Yeah, it's cured just about everybody. Even Steve Jobs was cured with radiation therapy. That's why he's alive still today, to this day. Oh, wait, you mean he's dead? Fuck, I didn't know that.
isn't healthy enough,
I guess it didn't work.
you just can't even get the medicine that you need to be healthy.
Yeah.
So you're screwed either way.
Oh, you can't get the medicine to be healthy. Well, if you treat food as medicine, but if you don't treat your food as medicine, they'll be feeding you medicine as food. See? Her problem is she doesn't want to treat food as medicine. She wants them to feed her medicine as food. And so does Greg.
So it's like it just brings you to a point where instead of being a statistic with your 5-year lifespan, you
Then don't be a statistic. Go back into nature.
end up the outlier. It's the difference between, in my opinion, dramatically life and death.
It's life or death, 100%.
And also just quality of life and death. Like literally Monday, I was in a hospital, infusion of chemo.
See why this is called mental illness? Because this is all they could do is complain about all this. They don't want to do anything about it, which they can, and it would happen very quickly. They want to complain and talk about it and pretend and act and play like, yeah, chemotherapy, drugs, I got to exercise, this, that. What's the solution here? What do we got to do here? How do we solve this problem? We have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. We're landing on the moon, bro. Get it? Oh, I guess that never happened either.
I went home with the attached
Houston, we have a problem.
this bottle and I get infused for 46 hours straight.
Yeah, I get this bottle, I get infused. Instead of eating like a nice raw, right, juicy, grass-fed, grass-finished piece of beef, no, I have to go do all these fucking things, chemotherapy, these drugs, and blood tests, I gotta lift these weights, I'm a pain, it's tiring, because I gotta get fit and shit, because I'm unfit. I'm an unfit animal eating unfit food.
emo going in, and I disconnected yesterday.
Yeah, okay.
And I am here. Like, drove hour and a half from home, visit my brother, see everyone,
sure,
like, get the
sure,
dogs,
you're
like,
right. Yeah,
just
yeah,
having
yeah.
a good time. And if I was
yes.
unfit,
If you were down by even 20%, you might have said, hey, Greg, I have to cancel.
Yeah.
I can't make the drive down. I just don't have the strength to do it. I'm just too sick. Yeah, the baseline, the more strength you have to start with, you can lose half of it
Yeah.
and still be kind of all right.
yeah,
And it makes sense.
Yeah, like my motivation for
You could lose the strength. What's making you lose the strength? The chemotherapy. It's weakening you. That's the idea. It's working. It's working. It's going to shorten your lifespan. You're going to die soon.
working out pre-cancer, pre-illness was vanity.
Oh, that too. Working out is also fucking shortening your lifespan. Good die soon too.
100%.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
look good. I want to press whatever. I want to do most of it. Now,
Oh, she wants to look good. You think you're gonna look good on chemotherapy and peasant slave food diet and all this shit you're doing? No, man. You look good when you eat natural food.
I'm like,
All animals look good on their natural food.
vanity is like just some random sidebar bonus if you look better, great. But
Yeah.
ultimately, it's like 100%.
It's just some vanity if you look good. Well, then you can fake it like Greg. Look good. Just make the body look good, but his face is ugly. You can look good you can get this cosmetic look by injecting steroids. Why don't you just inject steroids like your brother here? You'll look good just like him. I'm sorry about your face though. It won't change, unfortunately. Only looks maxing. They change their face eating raw meat.
Living and then quality of life.
It's interesting because if I'm going to be honest, I don't think I did any single bout of exercise for my health until I was mid 40s and older. Like when I was in my 20s and 30s.
God forbid if Greg Doucette promoted anything that was natural on his fucking channel. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, God forbid if he were to do that. He would fucking lose all his subscribers, for God's sake. It wouldn't be entertaining anymore, would it?
It's like, think of it. I started taking.
I mean, he thinks this is entertainment now, what he's doing here. These things with his sister and the cancer thing. This is entertainment, bro. It's incredible what people will do, man, for likes and subscribes, like Greg. He stoops so low, man. It's incredible. Like he's gone to the point of no return, the abyss, fucking in this world, bro. This is incredible shit.
steroids in my 30s. I wasn't taking it for health reasons. I only wanted to get jacked and
You weren't taking steroids for health reasons. What would make you healthy taking steroids?
have a pro card.
So
And
you
basically,
took it to get jacked and get a pro card. Like anybody gives a shit about it. Why are they watching you? They're not watching you because you're a pro card. Not even because you probably took steroids. I don't know. Maybe. Who the fuck knows? But they're definitely listening. They're watching you because you're screaming really loud about fake natties. Because when I started watching you just before COVID, right? I saw you. I come into your channel. Your channel's been around for over 10 years. It was dead. And then just during COVID, it flew off the handle because you started screaming and yelling. You became an entertainer.
I convinced myself it's okay because I said, well, I'm fitter than those people. I'm not
You convinced yourself because you're fitter than these people. Are you fit? Why are you taking steroids if you're so fit?
taking as much as they are taking, and I'm still doing
You're
a
not taking as much as they are, okay?
10-minute warm-up before my lifting weights, and I lift weights, so that's like cardio, because like, and so you justify it, you're coping a little bit, and you're thinking, oh, it's not a big deal. Then you get a bit older, and then I finally stopped taking steroids, and I'm like, wait a minute, like, I'm kind of like heavy, I weigh 230 pounds here, like, this isn't, I don't look fit, and I'm like going for a 15-minute bike ride, I'm like tired, I'm like, how am I tired for 15 minutes? Like, I was doing triathlons when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, so I'm like, I gotta get back to that. And so now, when I tell people,
Well, what do you think? Because you're poisoning yourself with fucking toxic drugs, injecting and drinking alcohol and eating peasant slave food diet and doing exercise, yeah.
that I regret taking steroids, they're like, you don't regret
Why do you regret taking something that you wanted to do? I don't know.
it. There's no way you regret
Don't
it.
you enjoy doing this? Of course, there's a price to pay for everything if you do something against nature, for sure.
And I'm like thinking, just because you don't regret it at 39, you're not 50. In 10 years from now, you probably will regret it, especially if they diagnose.
Well, I regret a lot of things, but my regrets are based on something that was out of my control because I was conditioned that way to be a certain way. I have to uncondition myself. It's very difficult. They could put it this way. The difficulty, it's not so difficult. There's some difficulty there involved for sure. It's not impossible. Let's put it this way. It's not impossible to uncondition yourself, but if you truly want to, you will. But if you don't want to, then you'll act like these two bumpkins here. You know, that you'll just watch them and, you know, listen to their bullshit rant and everything. And you'll be like, yeah. And then the solution is very simple. The solution to everything is very simple in this world. Nature. What would you be doing if you lived out in nature? Would you be doing any of this? No. So would you be suffering for any of this if you were to comply with the laws of nature? No, absolutely not. Just like when they tell you to comply with the 12 commandments, don't break the 12 commandments and you'll be okay, right? Apparently, in this world, in the unnatural world, like cities, if you don't break the 10 commandments in this society, you'll be okay. Now, if you break the 10 commandments in nature, will it affect you in any way? Absolutely not. Now, if you break the laws of nature, not the commandments in nature, if you break the laws of nature, will you suffer? Yes. Get it? Will you suffer in this artificial environment if you break the laws of nature? Yes. Will you suffer in nature if you break the laws of nature? Yes. So why are you doing that? The question is this: why are you doing that?
You with, oh, you have high cholesterol, you have high blood pressure. Oh, by the way, you had a heart attack. As soon as somebody
You have high
says something,
cholesterol. What was this high cholesterol? They have convinced you that high cholesterol has something to do with heart attacks. That has absolutely nothing to do with heart attacks. You have high cholesterol because the cholesterol is an antioxidant. It's trying to remove the plaque from the peasant slave food diet. That's why it's so high. Duh. Nobody has ever gotten a heart attack from high cholesterol. They get heart attacks from plaque buildup, you fool.
bad happened, that's when you wake up.
Idiot.
So thank goodness for
You
me.
idiot.
I was able to wake up before anything serious actually happened. And so I'm telling you, if you're on steroids right now, you're doing a thing, and you're thinking, yeah, I don't care about my health, I just care about my looks, eventually the looks won't matter.
Like in
If
the
I don't care about my health, I only care about my looks. Your health is your looks. Duh. If you look unhealthy, what the fuck? You have bad looks. If you're unhealthy, you don't look healthy. You look ugly.
basement by my
He's fucking stupid.
mirror where I have the dumbbells.
And then he starts eating this fucking garbage bar. He eats his garbage bars right on TV.
I have a collage picture of my wife and our dogs and cats, and it just sits there. And then if I'm like, oh, I'm too tired,
They have a picture of her wife and her dogs and cats. Well, why don't you have any pictures of your kids and a family? Oh, I guess I can't really do that because I'm breaking the laws of nature, living an unnatural fucking lifestyle.
and I want to do it, and I look up and I see that, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna do it because it's
Whatever it
like,
takes.
Yeah, I don't want to like then the puppy come downstairs and look at me, and I'm like, I want to live longer so the puppy doesn't lose me. I started doing like I found
I want to live longer so the puppy doesn't lose me. Give me fucking break.
last year if I was sick, like on chemo weeks, I just wouldn't work out at all. Like, oh, I'm sick, I can't do it. And then get back to it. So now I'm like, I feel like utter shit. I don't want to do anything. I'm like, I'm just gonna go downstairs and for 5 minutes. I always end up there for at least a half an hour, but I just make myself do the little bit just so that it's a routine.
I just remember that you're actually using this.
100%. This stuff is
And your hemoglobin levels will go up from it.
Yes.
You know, people don't understand all the benefits of a Juga Stanica. They think it just makes you lift heavier weights and recover faster, but it actually improves your blood work.
A Juga Stanica improves your blood work. Okay.
And your hemoglobin, like so the oxygen carrying capacity. There's studies
Yeah, so natural food won't do that, right? These drugs will. Okay.
on it that prove it's probably more famous for that than for building muscle, but it all works.
More famous than that for building muscle. How does it build muscle? Muscle's post-mitotic. You can't build muscle. Muscle cells, they don't split, divide, increase the number. What are you talking about? Neither do nuclei, none of these things.
yeah, my hemoglobin levels will go down every time I do chemo, and this is the first time that it hasn't.
So, if you do have cancer,
Your chemo went down for the first time, something, whatever. So if you have cancer, what?
you might want to use this. Doctor, do whatever. But if you don't,
So if you have cancer, you might want to do that. What the fuck? He a doctor now?
it's the main thing. Better than any pill.
Who knows? Who knows what the fuck's going on here? Who gives a shit anyways? Doctors are crazy, are insane too, and fake. Doesn't really matter. They're never gonna tell you what the cure is. Here's the thing. They can't cure you, but they could tell you what the cure is, but they don't want to reveal what that cure is. Now, I've already mentioned it in this video.
Still use it. Better than any pill that you could ever get. You literally just go exercise.
Because here's the question. If I know the cure, they must know, and they know the cure. If they know the cure and I know the cure, how come Greg and his sister do not know the cure? See, I know the cure and the doctors know the cure. Doctor, every time I do this, it hurts. Well, then don't do that. There's the cure.
Exercise is better than every single supplement that I sell combined. So if somebody said, Greg, cardio, or just like take all your stuff. I don't care how much money you make. I'd still rather you just go and do exercise. Like, you think when I was a phys ed teacher that my goal was to sell a bunch of supplements? I became a phys ed teacher because I like sports, I like activity. I wanted other people to feel about sports the way I.
He's full of shit. He became this phys ed teacher, whatever, because that's all he got going for him. He sold steroids, and then they threw him out of the job. He was poor
did. I want people to enjoy life
because that's all he could ever do.
the way I do. That's still what I want. No.
That's all he wants is other people to enjoy life like him. You call this? Do you think he's enjoying life? What exactly is he enjoying exactly here? Enjoying shooting up drugs and talking shit and selling garbage to people and destroying their lives with exercise and the estrogenic book and these crazy drugs and things or whatever he's selling there?
On top of that, I sell supplements. Obviously, I make money from it, but like, I don't need.
How did that help people when he sold them steroids? And then they issued in when they talked about the steroids and him being charged and him being criminally charged and everything and selling steroids to people. They said that he was greedy. He wanted to sell them fake steroids. How would that help people? So now he injected stuff in there to poison people because he didn't want to sell them any steroids. How is that helping people exactly? Oh, I know. He was so concerned about their health, so he wanted them to inject something fake instead of injecting steroids. Oh, is that the reason? Was he still making the same money though off the people selling them fake steroids? Yeah.
too. But I like the supplements. If you want to buy the supplements, you buy the supplements. But you don't need any of this. Don't buy any of this. And just go out and exercise. Eat a little bit less. Eat more fruits and vegetables. And I promise you're going to feel better than last time.
Maybe he thought that if he labeled it as, he sold it. He told the people that these were steroids, but he got caught, and then they checked it. There were no steroids in there. Maybe he thought that they wouldn't be able to charge him with selling steroids because inside the bottle was fake. So then what could they charge him with? False advertisement? I don't really know. Who the fuck knows what? This guy's really insane, bro. These people are crazy.
How's your brain right now on chemo? Like, can you even think? Like, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, how's your brain on this chemo, on radiation?
Brain fog is present for sure. So it's like you described it.
Yeah, why is brain fog there present? Here's the thing. She's on chemo, but she's still eating the peasant slave food diet, which is causing the cancer. So how do you feel on chemo? Oh, there's brain fog is still there. Yeah, what's brain fog from? Oh, it's from the peasant slave food diet. Oh, no, it's from the chemo. Okay.
It kind of feels like a hangover.
Yeah, so like at the most hungover you've ever been, maybe you drink or you do drugs or whatever, and it's the next day there,
Yeah.
and you're like, you're just not into it, you just want to sit around. This is how she feels all the time, but she still has to go and exercise and lift weights, and she still gets through it. And so if she can do it, you can do
Yeah,
it.
for sure. You can do it.
Stop
Just
making
find,
If she could do it, you could do it.
just find a reason that, like, not to be all sentimental, but find a reason that's, like, actually close to your heart. That, like, makes you want to, I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
Hopefully everyone has that reason. It would be sad to think that they don't.
So you have some, there's a reason.
How is there nothing to live for?
Even if it's the friggin'
How is there nothing to live for? Yeah, I wonder.
Blue Jay that comes to your
Yeah, this is what I want to live for. I want to marry the opposite sex and have dogs and cats instead of kids and not be able to procreate and have a real family. Yeah, that's really, yeah. That was the designed plan by this so-called God, yeah. That's the plan, yeah, that was the plan, yeah. And get cancer, eat peasant slave food diet and get cancer and then complain about it. And do chemotherapy and do all these weird things, yeah, okay.
That's the simplest, stupidest stuff. There's something fun out there that you want to look at.
And then go on YouTube and share it with the world, yeah, okay. To show them how ignorant I am, because the cure is like right there. It's within reach, but I don't want to do it because I want to rely on this fake system. Yeah, okay, whatever.
Enjoy. Why spend the minimum amount of time on this planet when you can spend it longer than last time?
Yeah, the planet is fun.
Yeah, the planet is fun. Why spend the minimum time on this planet when you can spend a long time? Yeah, make fun. Yeah. And what would do that? So here's the question, though. What would make you live a long time on this planet and naturally and healthy and everything? And be healthy in the mind and body and all that? What would make that? What would make that happen? You returning back to nature. But here's the thing. She's scared. She doesn't want to go back into nature and eat her natural food. Want to know why? Because she'll wake up and she'll divorce this so-called wife. And she'll marry a man because she'll become normal. See, right now she's suffering from mental illness. It's just a mental illness. Eating the peasant slave food diet it's the cause of the mental illness. So when she stops acting mental ill, eating a peasant slave food diet and eat natural food in nature, guess what's going to happen to her? She's going to become a normal animal. And then she's going to wake up from all of this shit that she's doing and say, hey, what's going on here? So the cancer will go away and her brain will change as well. And so will her structure, her face, her body will start to change in her voice. She'll start to become feminine instead of like masculine and trying to marry a woman. She's going to want to marry a man. And guess what? She doesn't want that. And that is one of the biggest reasons why she will deny going back into nature, eating her natural food, even if somebody was to tell her, because she knows the consequences is she's so hung up on this artificial life, the way she's living. You understand me? It's like a drug addict. They just can't give up the drugs and this artificial life that she's living. So does she truly want to live longer? No, absolutely not. Because if she did, she would eat meat, raw meat, her natural food as a carnivore, and this would go away. But so would her wife, because she'd wake up and she'd go away too. The whole lifestyle would just crumble and go away. But she won't give up her fake lifestyle to cure her cancer. That's the reason. Because they know what they're doing is fake. And it's based on eating an artificial fake diet, which is the cause of her problem, all of the cause. The cause of her mental illness to marry a woman is the peasant slave food diet. That is the number one cause. We know that already. Second, the cancer is also a cause of the peasant slave food diet. So she's going to have to give up one of them. And she doesn't want to give up that other one, because if she wants to, like I said, if she wants to cure cancer, she's going to have to give up the relationship. I'll see you in the next one, friends. Don't you think about that? Like, subscribe, support the channel. Nobody out there wants to be normal. They want to be abnormal, but pretend they're normal. See you in the next one. Ciao, friends.